We're with Kidstreet, guys. Thanks for coming in. Where do you come from?
We're based out of Waterloo, Ontario.
Is there a thriving music scene in Waterloo, Ontario?
Currently, it seems like there are a lot of good bands coming out of Waterloo. There's a label called Dadmobile, or sort of it's a collective of bands that's pushing some very good music right now.
What was it like for you guys? I understand you're all family, so what was it like growing up? Did you play music together when you were kids?
I'm the oldest, and I started off in a band, and then Carl got a really good band too, and then we were like, hey, maybe we should like be in a band together. So we were, but that wasn't this band. That was an older band, and then Edna grew up a little bit more. She's the
finally
youngest.
old enough to participate.
And then we were like, oh, maybe we should have Edna in the band too. So we did, and all of a sudden we're just like a family band.
Well, we were all musical, like we all grew up playing instruments anyway, so it just kind of made sense that we would.
Piano lessons lead to rock bands.
I wonder, the name of your band is obviously, it was a television show that people from this area would remember from the early 90s.
Absolutely.
And the idea was that you would have siblings facing off, I guess, against other siblings. Is that where the name comes from, I guess, the idea of family?
Well, yeah. Legally, no, but technically, yes. We grew up watching that show. And it wasn't quite Romper Room. I don't know if you remember Romper Room. Like, I wanted to be on that show a lot. And Kidstreet I wanted to be on, but not as much as Romper Room. But that's not a great band name, so.
Because Kidstreet had this thing where the kids would get to go to this island at the end of the show in the middle of the studio where they would get all these toys.
Where the toys were.
What would be on your island?
Pieces of musical instruments, vintage musical instruments. So that would kind of be my island.
Mine too.
What can you tell me about your upcoming album?
This will be the first LP, and it should have like 10 to 12 tracks. We're going to be releasing it with help from Dadmobile in Waterloo and YYZ.
So what direction do you think it'll be taken in comparison to your previous work?
Well, our previous work was entirely instrumental. None of us wanted to say anything.
And we just added vocals within like the last, what, eight months?
Yeah,
months?
something like that.
Something like that.
So we started experimenting, and everything, like vocally speaking, that we're trying to do is sort of treating the voice like an instrument.
Who are your musical heroes?
Mine would be, I guess, DJ Shadow, perhaps, would be my utmost musical hero.
I was kind of thinking Beth Gibbons, not that necessarily has anything to do with what I do vocally, but I think she's fantastic.
I'll say Brian Eno.
Yeah, Brian Eno.
Those are all good answers. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you very much.